Happy week, happy Monday. My name is Grindhead Jim. Welcome to Toy Grinds Live. Let's talk about collecting. I have no pre-orders to show you because I didn't even bother to look. From Friday up until basically about 20 minutes ago, I was basically offline. I was unplugged. Lauren and I made it a point to get away, stay unplugged, try to relax. Definitely did that, and it felt really good, and I'm back recharged and ready to give you guys what's hopefully a great show. I'm glad to see everybody here. I do see that we've got Bjorn Jorgensen. Bill Wifta checked in to say he's going to the eye doctor. So hopefully we do see you again. Courtesy joke of Gojatron, who's also here. Largo's Lair is here. Ian Sweeney is here. I'm here telling you to go to Largo's Lair after the show, which you should do, absolutely. TJC is here, and Kieran Ball is here, says, hello, Grindhead Jim. Hello, everyone in the chat. Oh, he's no longer doing my job for me. Oh, goodness. But glad you're here, Kieran. Really glad you're here. So, while I'm beginning to talk about our topic of discussion for the day, I do want you guys to throw in, if anything has come up since the last TGL you want me to talk about, bring it up. I'm happy to do it. I just didn't do any research for today. Ian Sweeney says, ooh, retro collection, I'm surprised. So was I. This was a gift from friends. Friends came to hang out with us while we were taking a break from life in general. And they brought me this Obi-Wan Kenobi Wandering Jedi Edition. As you guys know, this is not a line that I collect in great detail. However, if you look at my Star Wars... Whoa! Hey, Ben. Sorry. There you go. Most of my Star Wars stuff, across all scales, my outlier figures are Obi-Wan Kenobi. I've got a figure arts Obi-Wan that I won in a contest, in a giveaway. I have a Power of the Force Obi-Wan that was gifted, I believe, from Wilhelm. And then now this one. So, rather than kind of shoehorning them into the rest of the Star Wars displays I have, I might just have a little corner of Ben Kenobi to go along with that. I don't know. I honestly don't know if that's going to happen or not. But I do hope that, we're going to display him in some prominent way, because it was really cool that they thought of me and got that for me. So, Stephen S. is here. Jason Garcia is here, says, sup, my boys? What's up? How you doing? Good. All right. So again, as we have no pre-orders to discuss, from a prepared standpoint, if there's some piece of news that's come out, I know PowerCon just happened. I haven't caught up on any of that stuff. So I'm going to hop right into our topic. If you have anything you want to bring up, please do. Hey, Woman in Cardboard, good to see ya. And Ian Sweeney says, okay, that makes more sense. Yes, I didn't just start doing retro collection out of nowhere. That would be bad. would be a deep rabbit hole I'm not going in. So, the title of today's show is Pursuit versus Acquisition. It's very vague for a reason. For one thing, when it comes to collecting, whatever one collects, there's multiple, myriads of different ways of acquiring something. Whether it be, buying it flat out when you find it in a store or a thrift store or on eBay, or someone gifts it to you. That's a good example. Basically, any way by which you get an item in your collection that adheres to your collection. So you could be looking for something for 10 minutes, 10 years, 10 months, 10 weeks, doesn't matter. The fact is you got it. And in between the time you decide you want it and the time that you get it, if you're seeking it out, typically is referred to as the hunt. All right, so pursuit, right? And we've had long talks about what drives someone to collect in the first place. And that's not really what this is about. It's about the specific act of hunting after something, whether it be, one of my favorite examples would be this 1989 Applause Batman coffee mug my sister got for me for my birthday in 1990. And I had that coffee mug, that original one, from 1990 until 2010. It took a tumble off of a counter and shattered. So after 20 years, I had to retire it. Bought a Spider-Man mug to replace it while I searched, tried to hunt the exact same Batman mug, which I eventually got. That one lasted until I moved here to DFW. It got broken as I was packing down in Houston. But then I replaced it again, and I still have one. So I have the third one in as many decades. And there are other Batman mugs out there. They're not hard to come by, but just a black mug with the Batman symbol on it says so much about that time in history when that movie came out and how everything was changing at that time. Not just for, for film and Hollywood, but also for myself. And for my sister to get that from me, even at the time, I thought was a very thoughtful, very useful, thoughtful gift. And as long as I live, I'm going to have one of those mugs in my house, because that's a symbol of a different time for all of us. And it's important. And plus, it's a great freaking coffee mug, right? And the first time I got it, I didn't even know I wanted it. She gave it to me, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. Then you decide to protect that piece. And when something happens to it, you want to repair or replace it. That's natural. So I think all of that fits in here. There are probably things on the shelf behind me that if they broke, I wouldn't be in a huge rush to replace it. I'd want to repair it if I could. But there are some things in my collection that are not as high a tier as other stuff, right? It's just one of those things. So that's kind of you have an example, you set the stage, it's kind of, okay, where does this come from? Let me catch up with you guys. Bjorn says, I acquire my toys through landlines only. Ian Sweeney asks, what about the pursuit of acquisition? I want to say that I know the reference. I think I do, but I don't want to embarrass myself. Bjorn hunts the hunters. It's true. And Ian Sweeney scalps the scalpers. Correct. Wilhelm said, come on, grind the grind. Hey, grind it. Grind it, grind. Good to see you, pal. Wilmot Carper says, I love Godzilla, Doctor Who, and Punch-Out books. I know I will never be able to collect everything of those lines, so my quest is for things I like. It just becomes a hunt. Exactly. You have to figure out what's important to you. Largo says, so Grindhead needs a mug with his mugshot on it, mean mugging every... No, I do not need a mug with my mug on it. I have the opportunity to make that happen, and I don't want that. Bjorn says, I hunted for a specific Indiana Jones figure for 2 years. Whew. Ian Sweeney, 2024. That's right. We all hate scalpers, Fenrir. We all do. We all do. So, there's that moment when you decide you want something, and then you kind of decide, okay, this is something that I'm making a priority. All right. Good example is the Star Wars vehicles that I have. I always wanted them. On some level, I wanted them. I was keeping myself from going down that rabbit hole until I was in a space where I could put them, Because storing these is not that easy if they're not on a shelf. It's just not. They take up a lot of space, like playsets. One could argue the Falcon is a playset in and of itself, right? But when I just finally decided, like, look, I gotta try. So I went ahead and just started looking, and within less than 2 days, I found some really good deals on 3 out of the 4 things you see up there. And I had done enough research ahead of time, knowing what kind of prices I was willing to pay, knowing what I was up against, and certainly with where things have been, with pricing and everything. I kind of knew what I was up against, and when I found the prices I was willing to pay, I went ahead and pulled the trigger. And then they arrived. And with modern toys, to a certain degree, I know this is not necessarily true for everyone, right? There's plenty of new toys that I get really excited about receiving, and then that excitement stays. But when it's kind of like you're filling a hole in the collection that's not super special to you, and it arrives, you're like, oh, that's cool. I'm glad I have this, and you put it there. When it came to of my Star Wars vehicles, I got more excited when they arrived, which I think is what's supposed to happen. I felt electricity going through my hands when I touched the Millennium Falcon for the first time, and to see an X-Wing fighter again, and to see the Slave One again, and a Cloud Car, I was like, oh, it was so awesome. But when things arrive in a package, right? And maybe this is just me, but there's a disconnection from the item until it comes out of the package. And when it comes out of the package and you can actually hold it in your hands, that's when something magical happens. But because of the way I've been collecting so headstrong for 2+ years, I've had to leave things in the box a lot of the time. And so I don't know if that is like, if that's kind of the thing for everyone, if that's similar for everyone else, or is that something specific to me? I don't know. You guys let me know. Checking in with chat here. Ah, yes, laws of acquisition. Mm-hmm. Is this the mug episode? I suppose it is. And Bjorn, that night helicopter, yep. And then Stephen S. bringing up too, says, love it when you search for something you a long time couldn't find it, made peace the fact you never will, and it happened upon it one day out of the blue. Yeah, that happens quite a bit. Both, from the stream, we're talking about that Nylon helicopter, or, many other things that just kind of pop into your face. Hey, Joe DeBecky, I see you over there. He says, howdy. Good to see you. But I don't know. The hunt itself, I think, is a little bit different for everything. But we all have different patterns of behavior when we're searching for something, right? Bill is driving but listening. You be careful. Don't cut towards yourself. Okay. And no one is here. Says still at work, be listening in. Good to hear. No pun intended. But as we, pursue these different things, as we, look through and try to find the things that we're after, I find that I am always looking for the best condition for the best price. And there are certain compromises I'm always willing to make for the price. Sometimes it's something as simple as what the reputation is of the seller that's selling it. If they're a solid seller, I'll pay a few extra bucks because I know that I'm safe. On the other hand, I'll take risks on, like, eBay sellers will have lower numbers if the numbers they have are solid and the price is really good. I'm willing to take that chance. So, and eBay is just one example. It's the same thing if you're at a convention or a toy store or a pawn shop or wherever you're at. and you're in any position to haggle or you have options. Then there's the times when you come across something that you have never seen in the wild or on eBay or wherever, and the price is what it is, and you're just like, I'm just going to get it because I don't know if this opportunity is going to come again. And then you just decide that you'll clean up the dust later. That's kind of what happened with my Darkside Destroyer. Having it in the box at that price, I said, like, I don't care how much I have to spend to complete this thing. I want that box. And I got really lucky. There's only a few parts I had to get. It took me a better part of a year, but I got those parts, and I'm really happy. And very soon I'll be putting that thing together and putting it on display right over here. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Ian Sweeney says, I was positively giddy when my job lot of Star Wars figures arrived a week after I started collecting again. Literally laughing with joy when the Gamorrean Guard was everything I remembered. Yes. Yes, I felt similar when I set up this little tiny display behind me. I bought the 4-inch line that Will turned us all onto for Marvel. They have Spider-Man and Venom, a few other figures, plus the X-Men and stuff like that. Well, I bought a Venom, well, 2 Venoms, because they're on sale, and a Spider-Man, and I put them in a little diorama with a 4-inch Xenomorph with his head blown out, and Destro. So Spider-Man, Venom, and Destro are fighting a Xenomorph alien. And I was just like, I was so happy. It was great. These fun little things you get to do, because they're your toys. You can do whatever you want. And I think that the pursuit of those moments is what drives our pursuit of the object. Whether it be, music, film, toy, whatever. Like someone had mentioned, Will had mentioned that someone collected brass lamps. Maybe that's their thing. I have a friend who collects old telephones. Not cell phones, mind you, but like wired telephones. Fenrir says, there are pop-up flea markets around me that are geared towards toy collectors, but 75% of the dealers just picked everything current off Walmart and Target sales looking to flip it. It's no good. Lars says, I'm slowly acquiring reprints of old movie posters to brighten up the lair. Now I sit quietly at my desk humming, someday my prince will come. Prince. I get it. Prince. Prince. I see what you did there. It's smart. It's real smart. It's truly. Very clever. I hope it's working out for you. But all these things fuel this desire to pursue, right? And I think that, again, you're going to work more with a person that's selling something if the condition is perfect, and you may not if it's not. And you just kind of get there. Now, when you're going to a place, and that's for vintage stuff especially. Now, if you're going after something that's on a retail peg, I find there's a lot more frustration with that. Because, look, this is a current product that's offered. If I go there and you don't have it, I'm just mad at the store and I leave and I go to another one until I can find it. This is why I do most of my shopping online. And I realize that for some people, this will seem odd. But I like knowing exactly what I'm paying for, when I'm getting it, all this stuff. Going to a store and walking all the way back to the toy line area, they're not having what I want, is dumb. I'm lucky enough to also have friends and chosen family in different parts of the country and the world that can have eyes on different retail shelves than what I have, because I'm in a pretty busy area of the DFW area. So, toys really tend to go pretty quick around here. So I'm grateful that I have assistance in those arenas and so forth, and yes, those are technically retail finds. I'm just having someone else act as a courier in most situations, or as an agent. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a He-Man today. But I think it's all part of it, because I get the same thrill as if I'd found it myself, and then it arrives, and I have that moment, right? So, do you guys think that... Do you honestly believe that walking into a store and finding something on the shelf is a better feeling than scouring listings or trying to find the best price or biding your time for something to go on sale, and then having that thrill of actually acquiring it under the circumstances you want. Do you think that one is better than the other? If so, why? Aussie Rule says, hi, sorry I've missed many shows recently. No big deal. Glad to see ya. Welcome back. Jason Garcia says, is it really hunting now if I just wait till something crawls across my face I can afford? Like a turtle with his mouth open waiting for prey. I mean, yeah. Like, deer hunting is waiting for something to cross your path and take an easy shot. So, yeah, that's 100% hunting. You keep on. You keep up your gamma glare. Whatever that looks like. Stephen S. says, nothing is as fun as the thrill of the hunt. Sometimes you find something along the way you never knew you wanted. That's also true, I find, for online, as well as it is for in person, but I think you're right. Bjorn's Walmart does indeed have all this cool stuff we people like. You people. Fenrir just got back from Salvation Army 10 minutes ago. They had what looked to be a 132 scale die-cast fighter jet for $6.99 with broken tail fins. $7 for a broken toy. What a disgrace. Lol. My goodness. I agree. It's quite a bit. For something that small, it's ridiculous. Bjorn says, in my opinion, finding anything either online or in store feels the same if I see it. Gotcha. Fenrir says, it's incredible. 38 live for the thrill of the hunt. Always a good time. Exactly. It's just a question of what vehicle you're using. Does it... Because I do most of my shopping or hunting or collecting remotely. That's the best way I can use it. Because whether I buy it myself on a site or someone procures it for me and sends it along the way, it's coming via shipping. It's coming in a box. And with that comes disadvantages as well. 1, I have to wait longer. 2, shipping costs. 3, all the packing material has to be disposed of. Like, that's, easily the number one garbage source in my home, followed very closely by beer cans at this point. It's one of those things where I'm more willing to do that than spend an exorbitant amount of time going from store to store to come up with nothing. And again, maybe that makes me unique. I don't know. Wilhelm says they both feel good, but in different ways. The thrill of finding an item out in the wild cannot be beat. On the other hand, regular releases are preferred online over trudging in stores for nothing. Exactly. I think that's precisely what I'm after here. Jason Garcia says there is a high. Finding something before, on, or close to release date in the store, like you won the toy lottery. Yes. I do think that things like Duplico, for example, having found him available through Walmart more or less at retail price, was a huge thrill because everyone was having a hard time getting him. And there's certainly other toys that I've felt the same way. Battlefield Warriors, I was after that for a while. And then just like, found one. It was awesome. I look at it every day. It's right above my head on that shelf there. I look at it every day and I think of him. It was so cool to have him find it. Fenrir says, I'm to the point where I need to start cutting back, actually. I have a storage unit so loaded I have to move several bins out just to get in there. Never give up, never surrender. That's where we're at. I got a huge walk-in closet that has 7 or 8 toy bins in there. They're all depackaged. So we have to go through here, depackage everything that's meant to be depackaged, find places for things, and then bring the other depackaged stuff out. And it's going to be this long process that I'm pretty sure I'm not going to complete until we're ready to move into a house. But that will help our packing game. So any way you slice it, it'll be fun. But yeah, it's pretty nuts. And when I get through that process, there's probably going to be some things I probably need to either stop collecting altogether or just pare down what I have. That may happen. Karen Ball said, if the toy stores near you have stopped selling or even stocking toys to collect, what use are they? I would say not much, honestly. Part of why I don't rely on local stuff. There are some great stores here in the area. I'm very, very, very blessed to be where I am and have that kind of availability, but you're right. Like, if they're not stocking what you want, what's the point? Warmer Corbett says, when I find something in the store, it just feels good. When I arrive as a mail, also feels good. It's just the hunt. Wilhelm saying, I used to find old stock on discount stores all the time. That was fun. Seems in recent years those stores have moved to selling old stock closeouts to made for discount store toys. Which I think could be both good and bad, right? Like, it's good in the sense that you have a different avenue for different kinds of toys, but never having that opportunity to get something at a deeper discount, which I think a lot of these companies are wise to. It's why they're so weird with the Mattel creation of the Hasbro Pulses and all that crap, having exclusives that they can guarantee will sell this and that. It's very odd. Ian Sweeney never thought could afford to collect as the early channels I saw seemed fixated on mint on card. Key video for me was Wabi Sabi toy collecting by the scene toy pool revelatory recommended. Yes, I agree with that. I have no love for mint on card. I like card backs. I like certain boxes, but the toy needs to come out. It needs to breathe. It needs to be played with. It's a really simple proposition to hang on to a card back that you really like, or a box that you particularly enjoy. You know, the example I would use in this case would be like these new 6-packs that they're putting out for like West Coast Avengers and the Spider-Man foes and stuff like that. And frankly, that's the kind of box we should be getting for single figures, just on a smaller scale. Just give me a mock-up comic book cover. Just do that. That's way better than what we've been getting. And maybe I'd be inclined to keep some of the boxes, but as it is, no, not so much. I'm looking to open up my own toy store when I retire in 20 years, but I don't know if there'll be a market for my stuff. New gens not familiar with 80s, 90s toys, won't care for it. Collectors my age will be. Gotcha. Kira Ball says, even charity thrift stores in the UK have turned to selling items on eBay rather than in store. No more bargain finds. I think it comes down to some really, really cunning stuff. Trying to get in there and make it happen. It's rare, but it can happen. But I agree, it's a real pain in the neck. Continuing Fenier's comment says, new gens unfamiliar with 80s, 90s toys won't care for it, and collectors my age will be getting ready to retire. Will they take their toys to their retirement home 10 years later? It's a good question. Gotatron says, after 40 years of toy hunting, I'm always up for a challenge. I'm like a Roland Trumbo in Jurassic Park, the Lost World looking to bag a T-Rex. A male, a buck only. How and why are my business. It's a good reference. It's one of these things that I think this brings up a really good point, too, is that when we have large collections, as most of us do, finding something that gets you excited becomes difficult. You know? Finding something that, because you know what's coming out modern, vintage stuff, maybe you have everything you want. Well, then what do you get excited about? Do you collect something new? Do you look at your collection and decide, okay, I should go in this other direction over here? Like, I think it's interesting to consider that as one completes parts of their collection, you know, is there always going to be another horizon? I think that's a different discussion, but, you know, Goji is always looking for that challenge of hunting. And, but he's very good also at rotating out his collection, which some of us struggle with. Me, for sure. You wonder if other people thought about starting a toy store? I'm sure a lot of people think about it. Then Rivera says, vintage mom and pops are killing it, and I applaud them. People do it right, usually wholesome, good people, at least from my experience. I agree. Privately owned toy stores are probably the best source for most of these things. You're going to get the best prices, the best service. The only thing is, how far are they from you? The toy store I would likely want to patronize the most because they deal with vintage and modern, and, you know, they're just really reputable. They're a 40-minute drive away. I don't feel like driving, you know, to, you know, an hour and a half plus round trip to get toys. I just don't feel like it. And it's, wah, I have a really good toy store near me. If I want to go, I can. Um, in a perfect world, I'd have one place I could go for everything. In a perfect world, I would have a toy store that's not far from me that I could say, if they would have it on hand, it'd be the right price, I'd grab it, and that'd be that. They don't have it on hand, but like, I'm looking for this. Here's what I'm willing to pay. Help a guy out. Which is a different version of the hunt. Hiring a bounty hunter, right? I think that'd be fun. And yes, I've thought about some kind of toy acquisition related business. Would I love to have a toy store? Sure. Would I love to work retail? Not so much. Um, I would love to help people find stuff. eBay, whatever. Use the resources to find the toys they're looking for. How one would charge for that? What kind of like finder's fee? I don't know. But it's something to be fun. I would say Bjornet does make you a bounty hunter. Absolutely. Because you definitely find a lot of stuff for a lot of people. And it's for the love of the hunt a lot of the time. I would say absolutely you're a bounty hunter. So we spend all this time, different ways of hunting to pursue something, regardless of the platform on which we're trying to get this done. Then you finally get it, and in some cases, you get it home, and you're like, and you just put it up on the shelf, and you're like, okay. Then you just get on with your life. And other times, it's way more special, where you take the time to carve out a spot on the shelf, and you lovingly put it alongside its brothers and sisters. I keep looking back at the Millennium Falcon as I discuss this. And I don't know what that's really a product of, but I do think that for modern versus vintage, I think the big difference is when you're buying something vintage, you're either getting it in a vintage box you want to open right away, or you're getting it loose and you can see it immediately. So that visceral reaction, I think, is stronger because there's no work involved to get it. You just open the box. And it came in. Whereas with these, we don't always open the boxes right away. I really should get some kind of a larger garbage can in here. And as soon as things come in, open the thing, throw the package out. But I don't do that, and I really should. And maybe my excitement would be bigger. Because every time I open a figure, take it out of its packaging, like I'm 5. And I just love playing with them and having fun. Gozatron says, finding stuff is easier with the internet. Finding stuff at your price is the challenge. Exactly. Warmly Corbin says, traffic is a mess. People are insane out here. I'm stopping at a toy store now. Retro Madness. Hey, tell them I said hi. I love Retro Madness. They're good people. Bjorn Jorgensen says, I get excited for things I'm not interested in when I find stuff other people are looking for. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you're taking on their energy and their desire, even though it was not something you'd buy for yourself. You're like, oh, that'd be cool. Because you get to, make someone smile. I think that's awesome. Johnny Soren says, Grindhead already was busy building another show for next week. Talkie. What's up? So, do you think that vintage versus modern holds up when it comes to actually acquiring an item? And we actually have it in your hand? Do you think that the existence of packaging takes away from it, especially if you don't open things right away? I think it does. Bill is home safe. Glad to hear it. Hope you're able to see and relax. A friend of mine on Twitter brought up something interesting. They said, well, if the hunt is the more enjoyable part, which some people say, they said, why not just find it, document that you found it, and then not buy it? And I said, that's interesting. I really do. Because catch and release is not something collectors are known for. It's just not in our blood. But there are some people I've noticed that are able to, look at what I found. They take pictures, and then they move on with their day. I admire that kind of willpower. I do. Um, but it's not something that if it's something I find desirable, I'm probably going to buy it. And if it's something someone else would find desirable, I would probably get it for them right then and there, just like my friends. Um, but do you think that's feasible at all? Like, if we finish our collections, get things where we want them, and we really don't want to buy any more toys, do you think you still might hunt? How many of you still would? If you had everything you thought you wanted, would you still hunt? Because maybe you find something new. However, far I thought about doing some toy hunting vids on YouTube, but I feel like so many people already do it better. Well, I wouldn't be like the people who buy something and say, I'm going to make money off this, though. Right. So here's the thing. It's not about making a toy hunting video. It's about making a Fenrir Fire toy hunting video. Bring yourself to the process. That's the reason. Because if you have something to say about the process, or if you enjoy the process, and it's evident through your videos that you're enjoying it, people will enjoy your videos. Don't look at the other channels and say, I can't do this. Sure you can. It's a question of if you want to. Plug yourself into the process, make the video about how you process these things, how you do this stuff, and your reactions, and I think you'll be fine. Okay? Bjorn would still hunt, even if he completed his collection. There you go. Thrill of the hunt. Right? But I never thought about it, like catch and release like that. But it does happen. It does happen. Oh, no worries, Fenrir. My pleasure, man. I think I'm always going to look. Because there are, especially after like very large unboxings where I get a lot of stuff at one time, which could happen on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, just whenever I have like 4 or more boxes of stuff. And I feel like there's a moment there where I'm like, okay, I'm not buying anything for a while. And I'll stop. But I'll still look. So when I'm ready for the next thing, the next hunt, the next pursuit, I can do that. I think I'm always going to be on the lookout for things. Just get a pulse on the market. Get a pulse on what other people are doing. Johnny Storm says, Tiger's gotta hunt. Even majestic ones. That's yes. Jason Garcia says, a great toy hunting vid would be me struggling to get up and walk 50 yards to the mailbox with an ASMR heavy breathing. You should make that. And if you need help, ask me. I will help you make that video. That is a great video. Bjorn says, I looked even when I wasn't collecting, and even if I did not collect everything I want, I know other people may not have. There you go. Absolutely. T-Rex doesn't want to be fed, it wants to hunt. Absolutely. It does. I have a T-Rex over there. I need to get out of the package and hang out with him. That's coming up. That's going to be my gift. My gift to myself, to get this shelf in order with superpowers on it and stuff, my gift to myself is going to be to open up my gigantic dinosaurs and do a video on them and put them on the shelf. And it's funny, that the two toys together have a combined length of about 7 feet or so, close to it. And it's just 2 boxes. You open them and they're done. Just boom, done. It's crazy. But there's so much Rob and Peter to pay Paul with space in this room now, which is both good and bad. I find myself currently hunting for inspiration to display things in a certain way. Like the Star Wars stuff may not stay there when I actually make the whole thing happen. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. It's a matter of what's going to work best with what I've decided to have. Something arrived today, which is probably the last vehicle I'm going to need for a while. Especially if I stop at Empire Strikes Back, I'm not really going to need much of anything else. Unless I come across an insane deal for an Imperial Walker, which then I would have to have one. But I don't see it happening. Walkers are crazy expensive, so probably not. But, that's pretty much it. And then there's like 1 or 2 figures maybe in that scale, and I'm pretty happy. And then Star Wars is either on pause or done. I am looking at probably stretching into Return of the Jedi a little bit, but on that same limited, limited range, if you will. Okay. River Fire says, yeah, I've picked up a toy once or twice for a friend. Mm-hmm. Stephen S says, is a double-edged sword. You end up hunting for space as well. Exactly. Ian Sweeney remembers seeing one person's collection room video where his Millennium Falcon was displayed propped up on a guitar stand. Sure. I mean, I've seen weirder things happen for sure. Bjorn says, there was a nice empty spot where superpowers were when I stopped by earlier. Might be getting some new stuff in. Oh, I gotcha. Nice. All right. Oh, it's always fun, though. Like, that's got to be... I think to work in a toy store and not be committed to buying anything and just see stuff fly on the shelf, that's got to be fun. Like, it's just got to be fun. But again, at the end of the day here, the hunt is always thrilling. And then you go for the kill. You pull the trigger. You make the purchase, right? And then you wait to either get home or for it to arrive to you. And then you open it, and there's factors like modern toy packaging or, vintage lack of packaging because of the fact that it is vintage that can alter where the endorphins come from, right? And I will say from personal experience that as aesthetically pleasing as it can be to look behind me and see all these packaged toys with different artworks and everything else, and I do like it, it really gets on my nerves that the toys aren't out of the packages and pose and having a good time. So it does kind of, when more boxed stuff comes, I'm happy to have it, but it's immediately followed with and that's why I've been opening the newer stuff that I've been getting, because I'm over it. I'm done with that entire concept. I just want to open them and do it. And I've been so busy, I haven't been able to commit time to just actually doing it. And honestly, Lauren and I just have to get in here with a couple of trash bags and play some music or put on, one of our favorite shows or something and just have at it. Just do assembly line and just get it done. But it'll happen when it needs to happen. Everything else has, right? So I think we'll be okay. So, Fenrir Virus is not actually a bad idea as vertical position stand for the Falcon. Yeah, if you want to display it vertically, sure. I just don't understand it. Bjorn says 85% of the stuff at Chucky's doesn't interest you. Okay. Ian Sweeney says, yeah, it's one of the larger modern ones, meant they didn't need to find shelf space. There you go. All right. Opener stream. We've done this before. Do assembly line at least once a week. There you go. The reason I will not do a depackaging stream for all like the just random figures and stuff is because having to discuss things with people in the middle, it slows the process down. Like to get this shelf in particular completely depackaged would take a while. There's at least, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, columns, at least 4 back. There's 24 to 30 figures on that shelf. It's going to take a while, and I want to get that stuff done. I want to have space out for everybody. I'm not watching the new Ahsoka show tomorrow. I'll probably watch it Thursday morning. I would do a voyeur stream for Patreon. If you guys just wanted to be in on it while we're just here and not really acknowledging you, we could do that. Yeah, I don't see any reason not to do that. We could do that for sure. So, I think there will always be an argument whether the hunt for something or the acquisition for something is better. And I think it varies from item to item, person to person, collection to collection. I don't think there's a definitive answer for any of this. I just like discussing it with you guys. So as we have some time left, going to go into full Q&A mode as we've done in the past. Whether you want to talk about anything we discussed during the show, any new toy news that you've heard that you want to ask about, we can certainly look into it, or anything at all. This is your show. So we'll stick around for a bit and get you on that stuff here. I'm going to drink some water, hit my vape, and we'll go from there. Bill has canceled Disney Plus. I think a lot of people have. I have not. Purely from a convenience factor for myself and the fact that I am invested in the Marvel stuff, but I don't blame anyone for canceling any of these services because they're so fickle and they change things all the time. Ugh, not a lot of fun. Not a lot of fun. But I'm glad you're home and I'm glad you're safe. I hope the eye doctor wasn't too bad. They didn't dilate you, did they? Disney minus. I would expect nothing less from you, Johnny. I expect nothing less from you, my friend. Like, for example, I believe it came Friday, but we were already gone, so we couldn't get it at the box. We'll probably get it this week. A couple of my Sentinels arrived from Big Bad. And I believe I have more coming from Amazon. I don't remember. I don't think they've shipped yet. But those are coming right out of the box immediately for several reasons. One, the boxes are nothing to write home about. They're easy to throw away. And they're going to look better on the shelf anyway. All right? I think it'll be a lot of fun. No dilation. Good, good. Those are coming out right away. Does anyone else hear a beeping noise, or is it just me? I think it's just you because I'm looking at my soundboard, and nothing else is on. New pair of glasses for work safety. Gotcha. Largo asks, my thoughts on the soon-to-be-produced Delta 17 1/18 scale military O-ring figures. Well, let's pull them up. Let's take a look. Delta 17. I mean, first of all, good for them. Anyone that can put out new toys, like, good for you. Like, for real. Pulling up their website right now. Oh, these are interesting. So these are very, very G.I. Joe-esque, but they aren't just going along with that either, which I like. I like that idea. Let me show you. I gotta get rid of that picture. There we go. See some test shots from them. This is early stuff from what I understand. This is really cool. You know, for me, it's going to come down to the price, honestly. Let's go to toys. Got a bunch of stuff in here, huh? Wow. Pretty cool. And there is no shop. Great. So for me, I think these are awesome. Alright, so based upon what I can find, it looks like the per figure price point averages around 25 bucks. I don't know if that's true. It's a bit much for my taste, but on the same token, maybe I get one and have some fun with it. So I'm all about O-ring figures being produced. I'm all about being something new. Very cool. They look great for what they are. I agree. I was getting there. But I think these are good toys based upon what I can see. The price point's very reasonable. Given it's fully independent, but I hope that they'll follow suit of what Action Force has done with Valaverse and lowered prices as they're able. And at the end of the day, that's what's important to me. Like, if I'm getting value for my money, like, okay. But for an independently created toy like that, that's not awful. I've seen higher prices on that. They did a launch video yesterday. I did see that that was happening. I just didn't watch it yet. It's very cool though. But it's again independently produced means that their operation costs are insanely high compared to Hasbro or Mattel. They're just not ordering in the bulk that is going to get them the prices that they need to pass on to the customer. Wants to keep it around 25. Okay. Yeah, it's more than I'd like to pay. But on the same token, if I'm looking at vintage Joes, for example, even some modern reissues of those figures go for more than that. And these aren't vintage Joe characters, but they're still figures, right? So I try to keep it in perspective. If I'm willing to pay close to that price or more than that for something from my childhood, a couple bucks less to get something that's newer, great. But then there's the other side of it, where, well, Final Faction is $1.25, $1.50 for a figure, and I'm not suggesting that Delta 7 should be doing that. 17, pardon me. But it does illustrate the difference between, company size and intended audience, things like that. So I hope the price comes down. I think they're going to be a good toy line. But I will reserve judgment until I see them in people's hands and what they're saying and maybe get one myself. With them not being that easy to get a hold of right now, until I can get a hold of them myself, I'm not so much. I don't have a huge interest in it, especially when I can get other stuff of similar ilk for less money. So, I don't know. Not something I'm willing to dive into just yet, but I think they look good. So, any other questions, topics, pain points, must talk abouts before we go? I'll show you guys Obi-Wan again. My friends graciously got for me as a gift. So now I have young Obi-Wan and old Obi-Wan in this scale. And I have an old Obi-Wan in 1/12 scale. And I think there will be just a little Obi-Wan corner somewhere in the collection room or the house where they just hang out, being Obi-Wan. You never know. Maybe I'll decide to get a Tarkin and another Darth Vader. And maybe I'll do a Black Series thing. I don't know. I have no idea. What time does Logan run? It depends upon what the showing of the movie is. And it's when he has my feelings on army building figures. So, troop building for me is 8 or less. Army building is 9 or more. So when it comes to army building, I think that I think everyone should have the right to pursue whatever they want. However, when those pursuits make it difficult to find something for everyone else, I think that's a problem. So with vintage figures, I say keep your armies under 15. Like if you're getting like 50, 100, or stormtroopers or whatever, that's just BS. I think it's stupid. Unless you go after like bootlegs to make your armies, then go nuts. But if you're talking about like original vintage ones that are hard to, are getting harder to come by because of this stuff, maybe cool it. When I was first started collecting superpowers, parademons are hard to collect because of that. So I'm not a huge fan of armor building. As a practice, I don't mind, but when it affects the availability and rarity of figures, I think it's a bad idea. Hobo-Wan Kenobi, yes. There you go. But yeah, I think that army building in general versus troop building, I think there's nothing wrong with it in and of itself. It's all a question of what you're building and how you go about it. Like if it's a modern line, and it's a company like Valaverse is just going to keep making them because they can make money, go for it. If it's some kind of like an exclusive, like the Viper Triad, and get like 3 or 4 of those, I mean, it's fine. You're not going to sell out, but you want to army build vintage superpowers parademons? A lot of people do, and I understand it. I get it, but There's only so many of them out there. Largo's there asks if I have ever done the time warp in a midnight showing of Rocky Horror. Technically, yes. Technically, yes. Does it make you evil? No. It makes you someone who probably needs a 3D printer and just to print replicas of them to put in the background. ESP says this is where being a fan of a maligned section of Star Wars fandom comes in useful. Supplies plentiful and affordable. Yes, exactly. Like I had no major issues with the Obi-Wan series. It was fine because there was no way that there was no way that Star Wars was going to come out of an Obi-Wan series set at that time period. That there's no way it was going to come out unscathed to some people. There's no way. So I said, all right, I want to try and forget the lore implications and the timing and everything. I'm just going to try and enjoy the story, and the story was good. The story was fine. There's some really questionable edits in it, and it has its problems, but it's fun. Now, am I going to go after a whole collection of characters from that show? No. Did it produce my favorite Darth Vader in both scales? Yeah, it did. I love the Darth Vader from that show. The figures for Black Series and for Vintage Collection. It's beautiful. So, it works. Bjorn says, 10,819 backers, I'm guessing for your Star Wars ship there from Rebels. I think that the closer we get to Ahsoka, the more people are going to be into that ship and they're probably going to buy it. I'm betting you that. I'm willing to bet you that you're going to see a huge surge of backers after the Ahsoka show premieres on Wednesday. So, and then you're probably going to get some more your backups. And I hope that you do. But for the rest of you, I do hope that all your grinds are merry and that you're able to find anything you're looking for at any given time at a price you feel is reasonable and that the card back is straight. You see, I did that out of order. Why? Because I forgot. And it's alright. But I love you guys. You take care of yourselves. Be sure to go over to Largo's Lair at the end of the show. Just hang out with Gotatron, Will, and Jim as they talk about In the Infinite playlist. We'll see you next week, guys. Take care. I love you all. Bye for now.